Hello, my name is Paul Yoder, Field Agronomist for Pioneer. Today I'm going to start a series of videos that I hope that you will find of value to your farming operation. I'm going to call these videos Pods to Profit, with the ultimate goal obviously in putting more money in your pocket when it comes to soybean production. As you know, as a row crop producer, there are some things that we can control and there are some things that we cannot control. Today I'm going to talk to you about planting date. Behind me is a plot that one of our local Pioneer seed agents put out for us this past year. We looked at two different planting dates. The first planting date was April 30th. The second one was May 16th. Now, even though there's about 16 to 17 days difference, we are definitely finding some pod count differences between the varieties. What we have found as a company in our own research over the multiple years that we've been doing this, as well as some results that we're getting back from some local growers who are actually planting soybeans prior to their corn crop, is that the fuller season maturity beans that you have are the ones that you're going to want to plant first. So what do I mean by that? So in my area, we raise anywhere from a 2.7 to a 4.2. If you're a producer that has that kind of maturity range in your operation, and you choose to make a management change to planting soybeans a little bit earlier than maybe what you're used to, you're going to want to start with that 4.2 and then work your way down. So what do I mean by planting date? There really is no specific planting date that we're recommending. What it all relies on is the soil conditions and the weather patterns to come when it comes to planting earlier. So what does that mean? If the conditions are right and it's late March, first part of April, we're saying go ahead and plant. And I think what you'll find is some very positive results moving forward at the end of the harvest. So what do I mean by that as far as maturity range goes? In this particular plot, we have multiple varieties of basically everything that we sell. Anywhere from our Extend soybeans to our non-GMO soybeans to Roundup beans, Plenish. This in my hand is Pioneer 40A47s Extends. If you have not heard of this bean, I encourage you to talk to your seed agent about this bean, and the fact over the last couple years it's been doing very well, and it looks like it's going to have another good year again this year in 2018. In my hand right here is the soybean 40A47s that was planted at May 16th. This one was planted April 30th. This particular stem has 65 pods on it, which is very good. The one that was planted earlier, April 30th, as you can see, has different branches, and it has over 100 pods on this particular plant. So I'm very excited about seeing the harvest on this particular plot when it comes out. The earlier season, in my hand is 31A22s. They're Extends, again. Pioneer 31A22s, and this is another soybean that if you've not heard about, again, I encourage you to talk to some local farmers that are maybe planting Pioneer beans, and for sure talk about to your Pioneer rep about this particular bean. It's doing very well again this year. This particular plant was planted on April 30th. This one was planted a little bit later on May 16th. The earlier planted had 68 pods. The later planted had 65. Again, very comparable, but again, to my point, that if you're going to change your management practices and maybe plant soybeans prior to your corn or at the same time as corn, you're going to want to choose the fuller season maturity on your farm. Start with that one first, move to the earlier season. The other things, again, to take home on this video is this. Our ultimate goal when it comes to soybean production is to get the soybean to be at R1 stage or R3 stage at or prior to June 21st. That's our ultimate goal. If we can accomplish that task, then ultimately our chances of success and a little bit higher return on your investment is greater. The other things, again, as I mentioned, you're going to want to have the conditions favorable to plant soybeans. You're definitely going to want to use the Pioneer Premium seed treatment on those beans if you're going to be planting earlier, because with earlier dates you're going to have cooler soils, more than likely a fair amount of moisture, and the Pioneer seed treatment can definitely help through diseases and keep that bean protected until emergence. Thank you, and I look forward to sharing the yield results in this plot when it comes out, as well as future videos moving forward when it comes to overall bean production and putting pods to profit. Thank you very much.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.